Sometimes war initiates inventions. A type of plastic called a polymethyl methacrylate, or better known as plexiglass, was first synthesized in the 1930s, but it was during the Second World War that it found some interesting uses. For example, in the canopy of airplanes. Before, it used to be made of tempered glass, and when the shots were fired at the airplane, sometimes the glass would shatter and pilots would get shards in their eye and would cause all kinds of infections and swelling and inflammation. Well, interestingly enough, it turned out that when the glass was substituted by plexiglass, even though the glass would break when bullets hit it, the shards did not cause the same kind of problem. The eye did not automatically reject it. Well, guess what that gave birth to? Yep, to hard contact lenses, which would not be rejected by the eye. And after that, whenever anyone had cataracts and the lens of the eye had to be removed and the implant was needed, guess what it was made of? It was made of plexiglass. Well, plexiglass is a type of polymer that falls into the general category of acrylics. And some of it, of course, is very easily recognized. That's acrylic, that's acrylic. Here's an acrylic puzzle, and this clock is acrylic. We use it all over the place. But there's another kind of acrylic that you probably have not identified as a polymer or as a plastic, and that is the super glue. That is a really neat thing, and that also goes back to the Second World War. It came out of research that tried to find new plastic lenses for gun sights instead of the heavy glass. Well, they did a lot of research with acrylics and found that one particular kind of acrylic would not harden enough in order to make it into a lens, but it turned out to be an excellent glue. And that was a cyanoacrylate. And today we use that, of course, as crazy glue. It also has medical applications. If you have a cut, well, doctors can glue it shut with cyanoacrylate. Of course, you have to be careful when you use it, because there have been some classic cases where people have picked up the wrong tube thinking that they were picking up some eye drops and put a couple of drops of cyanoacrylate into their eye. Not a good thing to do. Stay away from it. So acrylic plastics are absolutely fascinating. They play a big role in our lives. Hockey arenas, in many cases, have plexiglass around them to protect the spectators, and it is one of the most useful plastics that exists. It's very hard, and it's see-through. It's not quite as hard as polycarbonate, which is the hardest plastic, but polycarbonate is saddled with the idea or with the problem of leaching out bisphenol A. And bisphenol A is a chemical that has been talked about as being an endocrine disruptor. That is a hormone-like chemical. We don't have that kind of problem with the acrylics. So here, as you can see, the acrylic is a nice hard plastic. It's see-through, and it has an almost magical property. It's like that, you see. And presto, we have something else. Believe it or not, that is also an acrylic. This is made of acrylic fiber. And you can use the monomers, the acrylics, in order to build long molecules. You can make them into hard plastics. You can make them into glue. You can make them into nice see-through plastic. And you can even have beautiful acrylic fibers.